What I can tell you is that climate change is real. We got to do something about it.
Yeah, this one's
And
called
we've been
autumn, sir. So
I'm sorry?
This one's called autumn right now, so yeah.
That's the voice of House Republican moron Doug LaMalfa of California.
I'm sorry, I couldn't make out what you said, sir.
This climate change right now is called autumn, yes.
Yeah, that's the seasons changing, which respectively is not the same thing as the climate changing. And as somebody who is hoping to retire in the 2050s and who has kids who will be old enough to ask me as they're getting to their 30s whether we did enough to deal with climate change or whether we just did what was convenient, I take that really seriously.
Reclaiming my time.
LaMalfa resorts to absurd conservative talking points and fear-mongering.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. The trillions and trillions we're going to cost our kids to chase a tiny percentage of CO2 will bankrupt all of us, and bankrupt our economy, and ship it to China for all the other reasons. So I yield back, Mr. Chair.
Gentleman's time has expired.
The committee chair then recognized California Democrat Jared Huffman.
Gentleman from California, Mr. Huffman.
Mr. Secretary, it's good to see you. You can see that I serve here in Congress with some of the greatest minds of the 19th century.
Ouch. And the burn was especially remarkable because this was one California lawmaker torching another. Huffman and LaMalfa know each other, but the Democrat Huffman knows a lot about the world around him. Republican LaMalfa only seems to know or care about the propaganda of the oil and gas companies that support his campaigns. In any case, kudos to Huffman for his wit and to Secretary Buttigieg for being so polite. It takes a special kind of composure to say, "Excuse me," and "Respectfully, sir," to a Republican lawmaker who is full of crap. For the record, climate scientists have repeatedly shown that humans are responsible for virtually all global heating over the past 200 years. Human activities, including industrial emissions and air pollution, are causing greenhouse gases that are warming the world faster than at any time in the last 2,000 years. The average temperature of the Earth's surface is now about 1.1 degrees Celsius warmer than it was in the late 1800s before the Industrial Revolution, and warmer than at any time in the last 100,000 years. The last decade from 2011 to 2020 was the warmest on record, and each of the last 4 decades has been warmer than any previous decade since 1850. Some people think climate change mainly means warmer temperatures, but rising temperatures are only part of the story. Remember, the Earth is an interconnected system, so changes in one area cause changes in all others. And the consequences of climate change now include intense droughts, water scarcity, severe fires, rising sea levels, flooding, melting polar ice caps, more extreme weather, catastrophic storms, and declining biodiversity. Yes, we will still have autumn, winter, spring, and summer with their various temperature changes, but climate change is not a joke. And a clear majority of voters in both parties, Democrats and Republicans, support efforts to stop climate change, including the Green New Deal. Among voters younger than 25, 80% support the Green New Deal. Now, as long as oil and gas companies can buy off members of Congress, there will be efforts to diminish and ridicule climate change. And the fear-mongering from Republicans like Doug LaMalfa is not easy to combat. But change is coming, and for corporate shills who stand in the way, the ridicule is already here. By the way, Donald Trump supporters seem to be crumbling these days when confronted with facts.
January 6th, I mean, all that was just...
What was January 6th? You're shaking your head about January 6th.
Well, the Democrats did it, Nancy Pelosi, and, you know, Trump had nothing to do with that. It was all planned.
Check out that video at the link below. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.